and hope everybody is having a fantastic night tonight. I believe I just need to make a quick adjustment to the audio-only stream and just increase the decibels on this a little bit more than it currently is. Let's see here. That hopefully should be good there. For those tuning in to the audio-only stream on YouTube, if the audio is good on your end, please let us know. But getting into tonight's matchup, this is the first time your Wranglers are going to be taking on the Oklahoma City Warriors this season. They've only taken on 2 self-division opponents so far this season, and that has come in the form of the New Mexico Ice Wolves, who Wranglers have played 4 games on the road in Albuquerque, New Mexico against them. So Amarillo no longer going to be going out to Albuquerque for the rest of the season. All of those games on the road against the New Mexico Ice Wolves taken care of early on. And then Shreveport, the other team in the South Division that the Wranglers have already crossed off on their schedule as well. So it's kind of a interesting opportunity in how tonight is going to go for the Wranglers. Obviously, for assistant coach Lucas Stern and head coach Michael Hill, you can look at all the film you want, but you really don't know what adjustments you need to make until you actually see your Wranglers team taking on the Warriors for the first time all season long. It's a new look team for really both these sides as well. And speaking of both these sides, let's get into the starting lineups for the Oklahoma Warriors. On the left, it's Ben Likens. In center, it's Chance Burleson. And on the right wing, it's Kyle Sorensen. Sorensen and Likens both have a combined points, 9 points so far for the alternate captain, Ben Likens. And then Kyle Soren with 7 points so far this season. And really, it is the following center behind Chance Burleson, donning the number 14 for the Warriors, that has been the lethal threat for this Warriors team offensively. Dominic Kiss from Slovakia. So far this season, 9 games played, 5 goals, 5 assists for 10 points. And he is off to a good start here this season. So that's going to be the really main three: Ben Likens, Kyle Sorensen, and Dominic Kiss. Those are really the free forwards the Wranglers have to keep their eyes on throughout the night. Starting offensively, it's John Kelly and the captain, Joseph Luger, for the Warriors. And it's Billy Stusky, an alternate captain who has 3 shutouts to his name so far this season in 7 games played. Last weekend for the Warriors did not go to plan. They had a little bit of a tough outing when taking on the Lone Star Brahmas on the road. Lone Star picked up a 6-2 win and then a 7-1 win, I believe it was. And so that does it for the Oklahoma Warriors starting lines. Take a look at who's starting tonight for your Amarillo Wranglers. On the left wing, it's Daniel Resega. In center, it's Captain Jacob Miller, and joining them on the right wing, it's Dan Low-Dolan. Defensive bearings of Lucas Schaefer and Ethan Ogle. And then Trenton Peterson. He has been super so far, the man from Superior, Wisconsin. So he's going to get the nod here yet again. Going over the remaining forward lines, Mason Lupo. And it is the first game since arriving from Sweden for number 9, William Larson. And on the right wing, joining that line is number 39, Jake Fortin. And then speaking of also getting their first game in, Igor Petrov has recently arrived and will be joining the line of Ty Azadi and Ian Bjors. And then Kirill Evsenev, Alphonse Chandler, and Jake Bullinger on that final line of forwards. Defensive pairings of David Lenzes and Yuri Kiratai. Hayden Edquist will be joined by Tiernan O'Rourke. And it's another first game for the number 27, Crew Smith. So a total of free individuals for your Wranglers here tonight, getting their first game under their belt. Again, that is Cruz Smith, Igor Petrov, and William Larson, the free, who are getting their first game in this season for your Amarillo Wranglers. Well, we're about 11:42 from the start of this one here. And we'll take a look what's going on elsewhere around the league tonight, especially in the South Division. South Division is really pretty much anybody's for the taking so far, but Lone Star Brahmas have gotten off to a scorching start in the South. 11 games played for the Brahmas, 8 wins, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss, 1 shootout loss. They have a commanding 18 points. Next closest is the Mudbugs. They've got 12 points in 11 games played. Wranglers got a couple games in hand as they were off last weekend. Wranglers with 9 games played, 11 points, so they are right on the heels of the Mudbugs. Going into last weekend before the Shreveport Mudbugs played their 2 games, your Wranglers were in second in the South Division standings, obviously with the weekend off. And Shreveport picking up some points. They were able to leapfrog the Wranglers for the time being. And then right there, keeping pace with the Wranglers, same amount of games played with 9 so far, and also 11 points, is the New Mexico Ice Wolves. And looking at it, 4 games on the road against the New Mexico Ice Wolves, going 2 of 2. Not a bad result on the road against one of the top teams in the South Division year in and year out, especially early in the season. That's really kind of, teams don't have a good understanding of what they're looking at for the majority of this season until at least a few months in. So to be able to split a series like that this early into the season, I bet you Coach Michael Hill and Lucas Stern have to be happy with that kind of result. And then obviously the sweep in Shreveport on the road as well. The Odessa Jackalopes have 7 games played only, so they've got 2 games in hand on the Wranglers and the Ice Wolves. They are a point behind the 2 of them. Warriors, 11 games played with 10 points. Corpus Christi Ice Rays currently with 9 games played and 8 points. And the El Paso Rhinos with 9 games played and 7 points. And the most interesting statistic so far, if you look at it, obviously you can say it's a little bit skewed because the Wranglers have a couple games less than the Lone Star Brahmas played so far this season. But for the time being, least amount of penalty minutes belongs to your Wranglers. Obviously, here tonight we'll have to see if that remains true. But I talked earlier in the week to head coach Michael Hunt. I said, what's kind of the entire mantra of it's a physical division, but how do you stay out of the penalty box? But he really said the main thing is you got to be smart with the timing of your hits, and also you might be able to get away with a few every now and then, depending on if the linesman and the official are not looking your way. Obviously, it's never easy to be able to see everything as an official out on the ice every single night. Sometimes things are going to not get seen by the 2 linesmen and the head official. So you kind of got to take those when they come. Well, I'm looking at it as well, least amount of goals allowed in the South Division for the Wranglers. But again, same thing. Brahmas, they've only allowed 4 more than the Wranglers with a couple games in hand on them as well. So we'll really have to see kind of how that plays out. And interesting as well is there is only 3 teams in the South Division with a positive goal differential. The Lone Star Brahmas with a 21 goal differential. They have scored 45 goals in 11 games played. That is a pretty big contrast to the Wranglers, who have 23 goals in 9 games played. So really, Lone Stars looked phenomenal so far to start this season, and you never can count out what happens the rest of the way through. But like we said, Lone Star Brahmas looking strong so far here, and they've also, just like the Wranglers, have limited their penalty minutes as well. But it's also, in terms of special teams, the PK for your Wranglers second best in the entire league. So when you have the second best PK in the entire league, I mean, obviously, again, you talk about it, Wranglers didn't play last weekend, so they could have gone down a couple of standings in terms of strength and penalty kill, but the power play has started to come alive for the Wranglers. They struggled early in the season with the power play, but over the last few games they've been able to find some scoring opportunities and put some pucks in the back of the net on the power play as well. And in terms of the PK and special teams, we've seen quite a few times this season, haven't found that shorthanded goal just quite yet, but with the likes of Daniel Resega out there on your PK unit, any night could be a night that your Wranglers could find a shorthanded goal. So we'll have to see if they could find one here tonight. Obviously, if you say something like that, that means you're going to say you're at the same time hoping we end up in the penalty box, but let's be real. In the South Division, no team's going an entire game all the way through without not at least spending 10 minutes in the penalty box, whether that's a 10-minute game misconduct or it's just a 2-minute for tripping, whatever you have. Well, and the boys in their away sweaters to the right of me, as Captain Jacob Miller is all smiles. He's ready to head out on the ice with the boys here. An interesting layout in terms of the broadcast booth. If you've never been to the Blazers Ice Center, it's not a whole lot of room to stand here. And for those of you who know me, I stand for every broadcast, so I'm going to have to kind of put my head over this railing a little bit. And we're also to the left of the Wranglers bench as well. I've been told that your mic might pick up a few things that should not ever go out on the air, so if anything falls through the cracks, apologies on that. Zero control over that on my end of the well, and let's check out who's currently playing tonight elsewhere. Like we talked about, let's check out. It is a little bit loud, so hopefully everybody is able to hear me A-okay while we get the intro going here from the Blazers Ice Center. Looking at other South-Division games, El Paso Rhinos and Corpus Christi Ice Rays are going to go ahead and square off in Corpus. Shreveport Mudbugs are hosting the New Mexico Ice Wolves. The Lone Star Brahmas host the Odessa Jackwoods. And that is the other South-Division games here tonight. Well, both teams out onto the ice here now. Trenton Peterson warming up his crease with his skates. And taking a look at both these goalies here, both these goalies for both sides, like we talked about, Billy Stuskey's had 2 shutouts so far this season, but Trenton Peterson has also been a force to be reckoned with. Taking a look at the stats for Peterson, Peterson has gotten 6 games played with a 1.66 goal out average and a .951 save percentage. Well, the Wranglers fans, here we go. We're ready to get underway, and on the near side wings, it's not going to be the easiest time to tell what's going on. Here we go, and it's probably got to be one of the worst times to be over 6 feet tall. Anybody who always says it's always best to be tall, no, it is not. It's, like I said, I do not sit for any broadcast ever, so if I have to look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame for an entire series, then so be it. Schaefer tossing this one into the zone here, and instantly icing going to get called on the Wranglers. Miller on the draw for your Wranglers. Ogle with it. Ogle looking for a pass out of the zone. This one's going to ricochet up ice kindly to Resega. Resega keeping this one in the zone, tossing it down low. Miller looking to get this puck back along with Schaefer. He's going to send it back down around the boards. Kept this one in at the blue line. Miller with a nice hit there, crunching his man on the boards. Delayed offsides on your Wranglers. Puck left in the zone. Resega now in pursuit. Warriors looking for a feed up the wings. And this one's going to get called for an icing here now. So we'll go to the Warriors zone in just a second. Well, it's the first shift out onto the ice for Igor Petrov. We talked about him coming in recently to this Wranglers side. And he's getting his first game here tonight alongside the defenseman Cruz Smith and upper forward William Larson. Well, Zadi taken out of the faceoff circle, so Bjor's gonna have to take the draw. Wins this one, lenses with it. Feeds it on over Kiritsai. Sends it down low. Petrov into the corner with it. Bjor's trying to cut this one out. Warriors finding a feed on over and up out of the zone. Ricochets awkwardly off of the skate, tossed back down low by Lenses, kept in the neutral zone for now, but Warriors looking to reset up shop from their own zone. And this one cut out at center ice. Estenev had it for a second shot. This one sent high as it falls onto the twine of Peterson's net. And it's in the corner, kept in by the Warriors. Burleson looking to reposition for OKC. Burleson with it, oh, and he scores! Wranglers do not pick up Burleson on the back door. Warriors gonna lead at 1-0 here early. Well, we talked about one of the most important things for this Wranglers team. It's gonna have to be making sure you're accounting for your man at all times, and a little bit of a switch off there. Sees the Wranglers trailing early, 18:32 left in the first period. And Peterson and company looking to shake this one off here now. Well, we've said it jokingly probably 100 times here, but it's almost an accurate statement that Wranglers play better when they're trailing. So maybe they're getting that out of their system early. Chandler on the draw. Warriors up 1-0 after that goal. Chandler getting a piece of this puck. Kept in the zone by Hedquist, but now O'Rourke having a reset up shot for the Wranglers. Puck at the blue line, caught in a linesman's skate. And Estenev was still battling for this one. O'Rourke feeds it to Hedquist. Hedquist, and a little bit of a dump and change here as Bollinger's gonna go to the bench. Larson trying to get a loose puck, gets a piece of it. And again, number one of those three that is getting their first game here tonight for the Wranglers. Thornton battling for this puck. Warriors back with it. From the slot down, and capped out and turned aside by the Wranglers as Thornton gonna chip this one into the corner. Lupa with a big hit. Fed to Miller, looks for a shot, kept out by Susky. On a couple explosive hits early in this first period from the Wranglers. We talked about how it's been kind of a situation where they've looked at times for a hit like that for Miller. You saw in that game against Chippewa Steel during the showcase as the Wranglers were trailing 2-0, and that hit galvanized the team into that overtime win. Again, Ian Biors with that overtime game-winning goal. And Ogle looking for some support. Dolan with the puck. Dolan looking for a feed as this one's caught in Dolan's skate. Tossed back into the zone. Miller trying to get a piece of it. Cannot. Kelly has it poked away. A bouncing puck scooped up by Dolan. Dolan has it poked away yet again. Luger feeds it down low. Ogle to the loose puck. Wraps it around the boards up to Resega. Poked free out of the zone. Miller looking for Dolan. Luger and the Warriors back with it. Banked off the boards. Tossed in. And an awkward ricochet off the skate of Miller, and Smith tying his man up. Miller there to help out in the corner. Ogle sending this one around, kept in by the Warriors. Warriors looking for a feed down low. Had another man back door and a shot. Oh, and it's going to ricochet off of a body and in. Well, that has got to be one of the most unlucky goals the Wranglers will give up all season long. Peterson tracking it all the way through, but puck just ricocheting off of a leg and into the back of the net. .25 left in the first period. Wranglers trailing 2-0 here. Larson at center ice. Winning this one, Smith with it. Smith feeds it on over to O'Rourke. Lupo around the boards, down low. Larson looking to help out in the scrum. Well, Thornton has been tied up down low in the corner for some time. Warriors finally freeing this puck up. And a bouncing puck up into the ceiling, as we'll get a neutral zone face-off here in just a second. Gentler on the draw, kiss across from him. Warriors coming away with this one on the face-off in the neutral zone. Puck on the wings. Now scooped up by Kiritai. Kiritai looking for a feed. It's Gentler with it. Gentler looking to bring the Wranglers up ice. Great cross-ice feed to Kiritai. Kiritai looks for a shot just a little bit high and wide there. Down ice this one goes. No icing will get called. Great position by Bullinger. He's able to get to this puck, but the Warriors sending this one back to the blue line, and a bouncing puck. And down low, Warriors looking for another opportunity. They almost were able to make it 3-0, sent on in. Tossed into the corner. Wrangler is down, and we're going to get a penalty on the Warriors here now. Well, the penalty kill for the Wranglers has been stout, but it's been a little bit of a touch and go for the power play this season. But when you're down 2-0 after two unfortunate goals, especially one that deflects off your own man and in the back of that, this is really when you need your power play to show up in a big way. Ty Zai, Jacob Miller, Daniel Rusega, Dan Dolan, and Luke Schaefer out there. Power play unit number one, looking to get to work here. Miller winning the draw. Puck tied up in his skate. Toss back to Schaefer. Schaefer to Azadi. Azadi looking for a feed to Dolan. Dolan back to Schaefer. Schaefer to Rusega. Rusega. Oh, and he had Azadi down low. Puck's going to go all the way back in to the Wranglers zone as now Schaefer looks to feed it to Dolan. Dolan feeds it into Miller, and all sides go the Wranglers. Well, Miller of a small protest, but nothing more than that. Gentler on the draw here now. DeRosa across from him. Puck tied up on the draw. Now it's Kiritai looking to send it on over to Bullinger, who's going to just slap this one into the corner. Wranglers looking to get the loose puck. It's Gentler. Sends it back to Kiritai. Kiritai on over to Estenev. Estenev shot this one blocked on the way in. Estenev looking for some support. And now he's got to reset up shop into the neutral zone. Kiritai feeling some pressure. This one's stolen away by Wright. Wright looks for a shot dealt with by Peterson, and up and out of play, that puck will go. Well, we talked about after giving up 2 goals early, you really need your power play to be lively here, but it's been anything but that so far. It's been Warriors with potential opportunity to get a shorthanded one and make life even more difficult for the Wranglers here. Rusega with it. Power play unit 1 back out onto the ice. Schaefer feeds it to Rusega on the wings. Rusega chips it in. Was looking for Miller there, and this one all the way up ice. Schaefer winning this puck back in his own zone, feeling some heat. Rusega, numbers, a little bit of a 3-on-2, obviously still on a power play, but 2 Warriors were full committed on that potential of a short-handed opportunity. Now Iwinski into the zone with it, and this shot sent high. Zadi feeds it back. Schaefer to Dolan. Dolan has it poked away, but he's back with it. Tossing it behind net for Azadi. Azadi to Miller. Leaves it. Rusega scoops it up. 18 seconds left of power play to work with. Miller Back to Resega. Schaefer looking for a lane. Not a whole lot of room to work with. Schaefer, cross-ice pass. Dolan looking for a shot. Blocker save there by Susky. And now Resega's got to get back. Right with it, right. Looks for a shot. Big save from Peterson. Well, Wranglers unable to find anything, and the Warriors with more opportunities than the Wranglers on that one. And this one's stolen away. Schaefer getting some help from O'Rourke. O'Rourke into the zone, feeds it on over to Lupo. Lupo scoops it up, looks for a shot, and this one kept out down low. Well, it is indeed going to be a war with the Warriors here tonight. Good job by Lupo poking this one free and getting to send it back down low behind the net. So this one's going to trickle all the way back into the Wranglers zone. Now icing waved away as that puck's going to fizzle out. Lenses looking for some support. This one cut out by the Warriors. OKC had this puck leave the zone here, and we will get that call for offsides here now. Well, when I was talking to head coach Michael Hill earlier in the week, he said that one of the biggest things that his team's got to keep in mind is just the amount of sheer speed this Warriors team has. And he was not kidding when he said that, as that speed has been really just the bane of this Wranglers team so far to start this first period here, but puck's not going the way of the Wranglers as well. This one sent on to Peterson. Big blocker save there from him. Now Gentler with it. Gentler to Bollinger. And Gentler held up a little bit. Not enough to draw a penalty. And a great job there. Kirill frees it back to Ogle at the blue line. Ogle down low. This one hit on the skate of Gentler. We talk about just, it's been a little bit of bad luck for the Wranglers to start. That second goal for the Warriors just deflecting off the Wranglers' leg and into the back of the net. Ogle needing some support. Warriors looking for a feed, and they had a man backdoor, but it's cut out by Bollinger, and we're gonna get a penalty here. And that one's gonna be on Ogle. Oh, we talk about just a string of bad luck for this Wranglers team in this first period. Now they're going to be in the box. Excuse me, that's actually going to be on Hedquist. They just caught the 4, did not see the 1. Miller on the draw for the Wranglers in his own zone. Well, we talked about it earlier in the pregame show. Maybe a good time to find your first shorthanded goal of the season would be right now. O'Rourke and Miller in a big scrum in the corner. Lot of time already wasted away. 20 seconds at that. Puck down low, and a big save by Peterson. Miller laying a nice hit in the corner. Puck kept in the zone. Warriors feeding it down low, and a shot. This one fumbled, not enough power, but this one's still active. Everybody's lost it. Oh my goodness. It's in the back of the net. The Wranglers kept it out twice. Peterson with a save, and then that looked like it was blocked by Schaefer on the goal line. But we just talk about things not going the Wranglers' way. I mean, really, the only example I could think of for how this game has gone, it's, you know, you're playing blackjack, and every single time the dealers just got 21 and you got 20. That's what this one feels like so far. Well, Foy's going to go into the net. Peterson, they're going to call him to the bench. I mean, those last 2 goals really not Peterson's fault at the end of the day. Just a couple unlucky bounces going against the Wranglers here. Larson on the face-off there as we get back underway. Well, good news, Wrangler Nation, is this is not the first time the Wranglers have had to come from behind potentially, and hopefully they can do it here tonight. Kiss with it. Kiss. Back to Burleson. Burleson, quick feed on over from the blue line, and this one held onto by Foy now. Tyazati will be on the draw here in the Wranglers zone. I think we're going to get immediate timeout here. Everyone was set for the face-off inside the Wranglers zone, but they're going to pull them back. So it'll take a quick second to step away from the mic. I'll recapping the scoring so far this game. First Warriors goal scored by Trent Burleson, and then Burleson on the second, and William Francisco Parent getting credited with the third one. Well, like we said, Jack Foy in net now for your Wranglers. Petrov feeding this one out of the zone. Puck toss back in. Foy out of his net. With it on his paddle. Giratai to Petrov. Petrov looking for a feed to Azadi. Azadi sending this one into the Warriors zone now. Giratai keeping this one down low in the Warriors zone. Azadi looking for some help from Bjors. Warriors with it now. Lenz is looking to get to this loose puck now and feed it on over to Petrov. Petrov to Azadi. Azadi freezes one out of the zone. Wranglers looking to go for a change. And a shot held onto by Foy here. Well, we talked about the importance of being able to rely on all your netminders all season long. So Foy getting tossed in early into the first period. And this one here, Luger with it. Luger looking to reset up shot from his own zone. And this one blocked high up into the air. Wade scoops it up. Bollinger sending this one down all the way into the Warriors zone. Gentler looking to pressure. Winsky calling for this one. Warriors still in their own zone, feeding this one onto the boards. Dolan with it. Dolan feeding it on over to Gentler. Loose puck on the wings. And a bouncing one at that. Resega with it. Resega on over. O'Rourke sending this one down low into the corner. Dolan with a nice hit. Miller to the loose puck, and a puck gonna go ahead and just make its way through the crease. Now Wranglers looking to get back defensively. This one slowed down. Foy keeping this one out with his pads, tossing it into the corner. And a high stick there for the moment. And now it's Resega finding Ogle. Ogle chipping this one into the zone. Wranglers looking to go for a change here. 8:12 remaining in the first period. Wranglers down 3-0. Sorensen with it. Sorensen looking for a shot, and a big save off the mask there by Foy. And this one up and out of play now. So we'll get a puck drop. Excuse me, a face-off here in the Wranglers zone. Wow, this has been just a game of all time so far. just, again, we're talking about it. Wranglers unable to really find any breaks or bounces. Just been a string of bad luck so far here. Sobel. And this one down low and steered aside. Lupo to the loose puck. And this one gonna hit off the linesman's bucket there. Now, Smith to Lupo. Lupo feeding this one up. Larson and Thornton. Poked away by the Warriors. Warriors looking for a cross-ice pass to Kiss. Kiss. Tossing this one into the corner. Foy electing to stay in his crease. Smith looking for a lane. As this one is gonna get called for an icing. Lupo looks like he might have had a piece of it. Well, the linesman making sure that Wranglers don't get a change. Larson on the faceoff in his own zone. Loose puck scooped up by Luger. Luger feeding it down low. Kiritai looking to reposition, lays a nice hit in the corner. Kiritai getting a piece of it again. Warriors still with it. Warriors looking for a lane to work with, and a good job there from Thornton. Warriors looking to position out low, and Foy with a big save there. Thornton sending this one around the boards. Lupo with a nice hit there. Kiritai feeds it on up to Thornton. Thornton chipping this one into the zone. Wranglers looking to go for a change. 6:50 left in the first period. Izadi with a good stick in there. And they're going to get him for a penalty. They did not call the trip at first, but then a couple seconds later, they're actually going to tee up Izadi for the trip. Again, we just talk about a string of bad luck, and it just continues. Wranglers tossing this one down ice. Burning some seconds on this penalty of Ty Izadi's early. And Rasega almost got a piece of that one. Rasega back into the fray of it. And this one tossed up ice. A great defensive effort there on the PK. A combination of O'Rourke, Miller, and Rasega. Speaking of Miller, the other way down ice. Still being an enforcer on this PK. Likens looking for a feed. Miller with it, looking to send this one up out of the zone. It's blocked. Kept in the zone by the Warriors. Warriors feeding it down low. Ogle trying to send this one up and out. Unable to. Rasega looking to challenge up high. Fed on over. Warriors looking for a shot through traffic. A broken twig helping out. And now Rasega the other way. Here goes Rasega. Looking for a short-handed opportunity. It's denied by Susky. But a great effort there from Rasega, still burning some clock in the process. Warriors into the zone. Kiss looking to get down low into the corner as an option. Warriors top the face-off circle. Looking to pivot. They've got Burleson back at the blue line. He's got 2 goals so far this game. Burleson looking for a pass. Oh, and it's off the side netting. And banked up ice. Stusky has it on his pedal. Thornton pressuring. Wranglers with just 20 more seconds left of a penalty to kill off. A great effort there from Thornton. And now Bollinger scoops this one up. Bollinger looking for a shot. Gets one off, but just running out of real estate. Schaefer feeding it down low. Wranglers almost out of the woods. Just 1 second. Wranglers going to kill this one off. Izadi back out onto the ice. A big penalty to kill off there, as that is exactly what you need. Luger with a shot and a great block there from Izadi, and shot, and a big stick save there by Foy. Well, maybe this is the energy to galvanize this Wranglers team they need, killing that penalty off, but in the process getting 2 great looks at a potential shorthanded opportunity. Well, we talk about how there's always ebbs and flows in every game, and now Wranglers looking to kind of tilt things back in their direction. And now Foy with a big save. He's going to hang on to this one in the crease. Well, and Foy, we talked about it, got tossed out there after the Warriors went up 3-0, and he has done an excellent job in net here. And again, really, those goals, the second one and the third one from the Warriors, not a whole lot Peterson can do. But Foy trying to make the most of his opportunities after getting called upon by Coach Michael Hill. Wranglers freeing this one up out of the zone. Estenev getting a piece of it. Banked off the boards. Sent up ice by Hedquist. Estenev winning this one back. Estenev into the zone is now Schaefer to loose puck. Finds Bollinger. Jetler with a nice hit. Ogle and Schaefer looking to get back defensively. And a nice hit there from Ogle. Puck's going to leave the zone. Rusega looking to get back defensively and help out. Warriors looking for a shot, and Foy denying any space of an opportunity for the Warriors. Rusega to lose puck. Has options. Feeds it out of the zone. Schaefer got a piece of it. Rusega back with it. Rusega into the zone. Rusega slowing it down. Rusega staying with it. Feeds it down low. Dolan to the loose puck. Dolan looking for Miller, and Miller was looking for somebody there near the crease. Nobody down low in the slot. As now Foy going to hang on to this puck. We're going to face off in the Wrangler zone in just a second. Rusega in a little bit of a dust up here with Wright. Well, the Wranglers don't have a goal, and it's still a 3-0 lead for the Warriors, but these last 6 minutes, Wranglers have looked a lot better than they did to start this one here tonight. Well, the good thing is there's plenty of hockey left in this one. Lupo unable to get this one into the zone. Foy feeds it on over. O'Rourke looking for some support. Larson there to help out Smith to the loose puck. Smith looking for Lupo. Lupo feeding this one up ice. Fortin gonna beat out the icing. Fortin behind net with it. Fortin looking for some support. Larson there to help out. As this one looks like it's caught in a skate. Lupo wanting to go for a change here. Petrov out on the ice now. Warriors coming away with the puck. Petrov getting a piece of it. Warriors into the zone. Petrov to the loose puck. This one chipped up ice. Warriors scooping this one up in the neutral zone. Tossed into the corner. Hedquist. And a bouncing puck. As that one was an awkward one to deal with, and another bad break. And a big save from Foy. We just talk about puck luck not going the way of the Wranglers here. Azadi to the loose puck in the corner. Azadi to Petrov. Petrov to Azadi. Azadi sending this one up out of the zone, and Azadi to the loose puck in the corner. Azadi looking for some support, looking for a lane to work with. Tied up on the boards. Vior's there to help out. Azadi staying with it, well being pressured. Vior's to the loose puck to Azadi. Azadi looking for an options, finds Kiritai. Kiritai and the Wranglers, they would like to find at least one before going into the locker room. This is one. Toss up ice, Warriors with numbers, and Foy with a big save there. Well, that was a potential 3-on-1 for a moment. Things have looked, we talked about, just a lot better these last couple minutes. And really, honestly, after that third goal went in, things kind of started to change a little bit in the mentality of this Wranglers team here. 40 seconds left in the first period. Estenev banks this one off the glass. Kept in, but now forced out by Gentler. Sabel looking for a feed, down low. Foy out of his net. Ogle back on over to O'Rourke. This one tossed in. Dolan chasing with 19 seconds left in the first. This one gonna get tipped, icing waved away. O'Rourke to a loose puck. Only 7 seconds left in this period. Wranglers might not have enough time to at least put one up on the scoreboard before heading into the locker room, as time's gonna expire here in the first, as the Wranglers trail 3-0. And again, just a string of bad luck for your Wranglers here, and that you saw a little bit of a clash at the Wranglers bench there as the period expires. And looks like somebody got caught in the splash zone. It's almost like we're at SeaWorld. Ty Zadi giving a little bit of a squirt of the water bottle to a Warrior, as it looks like OKC was trying to play some mind games on the way to the locker room. Well, folks, we're going to kick it off to the intermission here. After one, your Wranglers trail 3-0. But again, just really just a string of bad luck and just pucks not going the way of the boys here tonight to start this first period. Thankfully, 2 full periods of play left. So, as I always say, if you're going to go down in a game of hockey, go down early after one. You don't want to be going into the second intermission down 3-0. Still got plenty of time to make adjustments, so we'll have to see what adjustments head coach Michael Hill and assistant coach Lucas Stern are able to make. So when we come back, the start of the second period in 19 minutes. And welcome on back, everybody, as we get ready for the start of the second period here live from Oklahoma City Blazers Ice Center. Wranglers trailing 3-0 after one, but like we talked about, still plenty of time to find some kind of response here tonight. Well, it's not going to be easy by any means of the imagination, but still manageable. Well, taking a look at scores around the league really quickly. See what else is going on elsewhere before we come back this one here. After two in some East Division action, New Jersey Titans and New Hampshire Mountain Kings tied up at 2 apiece. Meanwhile, Maine Nordiques up 3-0 on the road at Elmira. Northeast Generals up 6-4 in a barn burner against the Danbury Hat Tricks. 10:07 left in the third period of that one. Then looking at South Division action, the Corpus Christi Ice Rays are up 1-0 after one over the El Paso Rhinos. New Mexico Ice Wolves up 2-1 after one on the road against the Shreveport Mudbugs. And it is scoreless. Both Odessa and Lone Star with Cheerios on the scoreboard with 37 seconds left in the first period in that one. And then the other game in action that started a little bit later than the others at 7 and 7:15. Janesville Jets up 3-1 over the Wisconsin Wendigo. A game being played at Janesville. Well, here we go. Wranglers Nation back underway for the second period here. Well, Miller gonna just skate and get a little bit of a wait as we wait for the clock to fully hit 0. Well, now that the buzzer has gone, we can finally get back underway here. So what's in store for us in this second period? Warriors tossing this one into the Wranglers zone. Rusega looking to get this one up and out. Ogle to the loose puck. This one sent through, and Foy keeping this one at bay for now with his paddle. Miller trying to reach in and get a piece of this puck. This one sent in behind the net of Foy. Smith battling for it. Sends it up, but not fully out as it's tossed back down low by the Warriors. This one's turned over, and a shot kept out by Foy. Miller has it poked away, and a shot held on to by Foy, and a bouncing puck, and a little bit of better luck there for the Wranglers as it's Rusega with it. Rusega laying a nice little hit there, puck sent into the zone by Dillon. Wranglers going for a change. And Wranglers almost getting called for too many men on the ice. They kind of got away with that one as Thornton realizing that at the time being. Smith blocking this one through traffic. Zadi to the puck. This one's stolen away by the Warriors. And a couple whacks from both teams. As now Dolan sends this one up by Zadi. Turning on the afterburners. Zadi taken down and a penalty drawn. That's Zadi there. Zadi will say mission accomplished as he goes to the bench. Wranglers going on the power play here now. Well, we talked about it, just really takes a little bit of momentum to tip your way, and things can change in an instant. The last 8 minutes of that first period, the Wranglers looked a lot better. So we'll have to see if they can build off of that, and now this is really where you kind of need things to get going. Power play number 2, Schaefer with it. Skunked on the first one, but you really need to make sure you got enough soap to clean that dog from that skunk smell here. Bjors, Schaefer, loose puck, kept in the zone. Schaefer with a great job keeping that one in. Bjors Thought about tossing it down low, bottom face-off circle. Now it will be on the bottom face-off circle. Toss back to the blue line. Schaefer off the boards. Bjors sends it down low. Estenev, Bjors on over. Schaefer back over. Estenev looks for a shot. Capped out by Stutzky. Bjors in the corner looking for some support. Estenev to Gentler. Gentler to Estenev. Estenev skates down low, tosses it down low behind the net. A bouncing puck whacked away. It's in the crease, and we're going to get a whistle here. Looks like the net might be off, or maybe just looks like it was a situation of they lost the puck. This is what appears to be what happened. Oh, 67 seconds left of a power play for your Wranglers. Izadi feeding it down low to Dillon. Dillon keeps it down low. Leaves it off for Miller. Miller was looking for Kirtai, and now it's right with it. And a big save by Foy. Well, talk about just kind of not really being with it. Wranglers kind of almost dug themselves a hole even deeper. But Foy called into action there. One-on-one, standing tall in net. Izadi, cross-ice feed. Izadi back with it. Izadi into the zone. Slips it through Luger. Now the Warriors up ice. It's right with it again, right. Tossing this one into the corner. Now a loose puck. Wranglers still unable to get to it. Now it's Dolan with it. Dolan to Rusega. Rusega into the zone. Weaving his way through. Rusega looking for a shot. Steered aside. And a paddle of Stutzky is lost. Wranglers unable to make the most of another power play. And now they sheepishly give this one away in their own zone. And a good job there from O'Rourke poking that puck away. Kept in, tossed down low. Warriors looking for a feed into the slot. But Schaefer blocking two passes on the way in. Now Luger looks for a shot and a big block there. Lupo with a great block. Now this one freed up. O'Rourke looking for Lupo. A little bit too much pepper on that one, but Lupo looking to test Stutzky from a tough angle there. Got a nice shot off in the process. Larson and Ogle looking to work together to get this puck up and out of the zone. It's Fortin with it. Fortin has it poked away. And a puck scooped up now. Larson down low in the corner looking for Fortin. In the opposite corner, Fortin looking for some support. Puck up out of the zone. Warriors looking for a zone transition. Smith standing his man up at the blue line. And this puck all the way down ice. Icing going to get waved off. And now Bolger. Nice little hit there. Is Gentler to the loose puck. Gentler looking to toss this one into the zone. And now Gentler to the loose puck, has it ricochet off of a stick. And now O'Rourke standing his man up on the near side wing. Estenev, a nice little check there. And a stretch pass now, Warriors into the zone. Miller getting a piece of this puck. Miller sending it around. O'Rourke looking for some assistance, has his twig tied up. Now it's Estenev to Miller. Miller into the zone. Miller looking to kind of make something out of nothing. It just kind of looks like Wranglers maybe trying to force something here. Down 3-0. Now a shot, and it's in. Well, turnovers have been the name of the game here tonight, and the Wranglers have been a little bit sloppy with the puck at times, just trying to force everything and anything after being down 3-0, and now they're going to go down 4-0 here. And Didn't fully see who that was with the goal for the Warriors. It appears to be number 15 for the Oklahoma Warriors, Ethan Ganuya, one of their two captains. Well, it looks like there seemed to be a little bit of confusion there on the previous trip into the zone for the Wranglers. It looks like Miller and Resega were trying to decide on who should have picked that puck up, and indecision and just kind of getting a little bit of too many forced opportunities on the offensive side of the coin have led to, just like we said, turnovers really being the thing that has pinned this team back so far. Now here we go, Bjors. Just held up on the boards. Tiritai looking to win this puck back. Petrov looking to reposition. Warriors slowing this one down. It's now Schaefer tossing this one back into the zone, and it's Azadi with it. Azadi takes a hard hit, but it's Bjors with it. Petrov looking to enter the fray here in the corner. Petrov looking to help out on the scrum. Bjors and Petrov toss back O'Rourke. O'Rourke looking for a shot. That one's going to get ricocheted off of the leg of Azadi on the way in through traffic. Now toss down low. Azadi was looking for a feed. Wranglers also looking to go for a change. Azadi getting a piece of this puck. Lupo getting a piece of this one as well. And icing going to get called here on the Warriors. 12:57 left in the second period, as we'll get a face-off here now in the offensive zone for your Wranglers. We'll get immediate timeout as well. It's been a difficult one here tonight, but head coach Michael Hill drawing up a game plan on the bench. And this is the biggest thing, is you got to stay positive through this. I mean, you can say it's hard to stay positive when you're down 4-0 and you've given up some unlucky goals. But at the end of the day, if you don't remain positive, you don't look at it and say, okay, well, we still have a way back in this one. There's still plenty of time left. Game's not over until it's over. If you start to think that way in any way, shape, or form, that's when the game's just going to get away from you and become unmanageable. Still a manageable game here. Not impossible. Anything is possible in the game of hockey until the clock hits zeros in the third. Larson on the face-off in the offensive zone. Wranglers winning this one. Looking for a shot on to Susky as he's going to hang on to this one. But a good look there for the Wranglers. A quick rapid-fire draw win. Larson on the draw here for the Wranglers in the offensive zone. Larson winning this one. Smith fighting Kiritai. Kiritai looking for a shot. This one sneaking through. Now Wranglers needing to get back. Oh, and look out. Looks like a Wrangler just took out a linesman there. Benderek. And the Warriors looking to get up ice. Warriors into the zone, slowed down. Fed on over top of the face-off circle. This one kept up. Puck in the corner. Wranglers looking to come away with it. It's O'Rourke with it. Burleson sending this one back into the zone. Delayed offsides on the Warriors. And now Thornton dumping this one in the corner. Wranglers looking to get a change here. Bollinger cutting this puck out. Tossing it back into the zone. Chandler trying to get a piece of it. Estenev keeping this one in the zone. Wranglers having to reset up shot. Estenev Feeds it to Gentler. Gentler looking for Bullinger. Bullinger. Wranglers looking to set something up in this one. Through traffic, kept in. Ogle down low, looking to send this one and held on to by Susky in his glove. Gentler was right there, looking for an opportunity to put one in the back of the net. Well, thought we had a media timeout earlier. I guess we're getting media timeout now. I guess that was maybe just a timeout for something else. I'll take an opportunity to take a look at scores around the league. I'm unsure of when we have these TV timeouts, if people on the away feed can hear me on NAHL TV. And wow, what an interesting one we got going on in the East Division. Northeast Generals up 6-5 at a barn burner over the Danbury Hat-Tricks. 1:58 left in the third period in that one. Maine Nordiques increasing their lead 4-0 on the road at Elmira. 9:52 left in that one. New Jersey Titans up 3-2 over the New Hampshire Mountain Kings. Take a look at the other South-Division games going on. El Paso Rhinos tied it up down in Corpus. It was Corpus 1-0 after 13:05 left in the second in that one. Ice Wolves still up 2-1 with 14:55 left in the second period. But back underway we go here, live from Oklahoma City, Blazers Ice Center. Your Wranglers looking to mount a comeback of the ages. Esenev held up by Free, looking to get some support now by Gentler. Gentler, as it's stolen away. Gentler, great tenacity by him in the corner. Esenev looking to try and reach in. Bullinger had it on his skate. Now it's tossed back in by Ogle. Esenev looking to battle Miller out onto the ice now. Sabo has it stolen away by Ogle. Ogle looking for Bullinger. Puck tossed back in down low, and Foy lost it for a second, had it. Looks like this puck might be a little bit slippery. Warriors looking for a feed. O'Rourke cutting this one out. Excuse me, Schaefer finds Miller. Miller weaves his way through. Miller still with it. Miller behind net. Miller trying to hand it off to Resega. Now Resega in a battle with two. Resega still with it. Dolan to Resega. Resega staying tenacious while being pressured. Resega looking for options. Feeds it down low to Dolan. Dolan held up on the boards. Resega to loose puck there to help out. Resega shakes his man off. Looks for Miller, and oh, it's just cut out barely by the Warriors. And now it's Kelly into the zone. Kelly slows down, looks for a shot, bouncing puck, and blocked on the shot of Kelly. Toss back in the zone by Wade. Smith finding Kiritai. Feeds it to Resega. Resega onto the boards. Feeds it down low. Wranglers looking to go for a change. Azadi and company out there with some speed. And now Hedquist bullying his man off this puck. O'Rourke in the corner. Just absolutely jukes his man. And now it's Bjors, 2-on-1. Bjors slows it out, looks for a shot, kept out by Susky. Now puck falling off the skates of Azadi. Hedquist tossing it back up ice. Hedquist sending this one up and out. Warriors still with it, and Wade was gone for a change. Had the puck on the doorstep of his skates there. Hedquist looking for a feed on to the wings. And now a couple sticks in. Warriors still with it. And it's a brawl down low. Hedquist battling for this one. Warriors keeping this one in. Fed onto the board. Sabel blocked by Hedquist. Wranglers have been pinned in their own zone for some time now. And with 8:37 left in the second period, you really need to find at least one here soon. And just a couple loose pucks not dealt with, and now dealt with, and a big save from Foy. This line for the Wranglers has been out there for quite some time. And now Azadi with it to Bjors. Sends it up and out. Wranglers just want to get some fresh legs offensively. New line of free forwards, and we're going to get a whistle for offsides as Hayden Hedquist able to play mind games as Sabel going to skate with him. So we're going to neutral zone face off here in just a second. Larson and the Wranglers winning this face-off. Chipping this one down low, and icing gonna get called on the Wranglers now. So back to the Wranglers zone. We will go for a face-off here. Larson on the face-off. Warriors coming away with this one. Looking to pivot. Larson getting a piece of this one. Tossed down low by the Warriors. Ogle trying to get a loose puck along with Schaefer. Schaefer looking to feed it to Lupo. Lupo sending it up and out. Fortin in pursuit. Fortin tying his man up. Allowing the Wranglers to get up into the Warriors zone now. Fortin still tenaciously with it. Fortin with a great shift right now. Well, that's the kind of energy you need when you're all alone, only man in the offensive zone. Now Ogle keeps it away from his man. Fortin sending this one into the zone, going for a change. Gentler poking away at this one. Gentler battling tenaciously. SNF trying to get a loose puck. Warriors to this one. And now got a penalty coming up. And it's going to be on the Wranglers. Well, that is just unfortunate. The Wranglers have looked super good these last few minutes. But now they're going to have to go on the PK. Burleson, extra attacker out there for the Warriors. Gentler's going to get this one on his stick. And we'll finally get that whistle now for the penalty on the Wranglers. Looks like it's going to be against number 11, Alphonse Gentler. Well, that's the hardest thing, obviously, when you're trying to mount a comeback and create some opportunities, but spend some time in the penalty box, not really going to help you at the end of the day. Looks like it's going to be tripping. Actually, no, that was the earlier trip. Did not catch what they called on Gentler. Puck kept in by Sabel. Miller getting a piece of this one. Miller pressuring. Sabel looking for a shot. Puck down low, held on to by Foy. Well, it is a trip that they're going to get Gentler for it. Wranglers looking to get some fresh legs out there on the penalty kill. Fortin joined out there by O'Rourke, Lupo, and Schaefer. Fortin winning the faceoff. Warriors tossing this one onto the boards. Fortin trying to pressure up high. Fortin looking to reposition down low. As the Warriors just look to try and shovel one through. Foy's going to hang on to this one in his crease. 30 seconds burned off on Alphonse Gentler's penalty. It's going to be a new unit of Fortai Zadi, Cruz Smith, Yuri Kiritai, and Jake Bollinger. .6:15 left in the second period. Wranglers down 4-0. And now Bollinger with a nice hit there. Puck's gonna exit the zone here. Ty Azadi looking to pressure. Warriors looking for that zone entry. They're going to toss it into the corner. Kiritai getting a piece of this puck. He's going to toss it all the way back down to Susky. Great job there from Kiritai. Wranglers looking to get a quick change there on the penalty kill. Rusega and Ogle out there now. Hedquist joining them out onto the ice as well. Puck tossed down ice by Ogle. 46 seconds left of a penalty to kill off for the Wranglers. Miller joining the Everfree out there as Azadi finally onto the bench. Kiss into the zone. Kiss feeling the pressure. Burlinson looking for a shot and a loose puck. A big save by Foley. And now Miller. And delayed offsides. Wranglers looking for this one. A little bit too much pepper on that one, but now it's Miller with it. Miller to Rusega. Rusega to Miller. Oh, and just steered aside. O'Rourke to loose puck. O'Rourke looking for a feed and a shot. Oh, scores! Daniel Rusega. We've been talking about it. It's been all season long that this one's been waiting to arrive. The alternate captain with the short-handed goal. Well, talk about staying with it. Your golden prime primo opportunity at a shorty was denied, but O'Rourke making sure to keep this puck in the zone as the Wranglers get their first goal of the night here. And now, penalty gonna get killed off. Gentler's penalty has expired. Wranglers finding the shorty. And what can they create from this? And a nice block there from O'Rourke. And you can see the firepower from this Wranglers team here. They are looking to battle through this one. Fortin with a great feed to Lupo. Lupo into the zone. Lupo looking for an opportunity. Lupo running out of room and sends his man down hard. Lupo to the loose puck. Feeds it to Schaefer. Schaefer was looking for Larson. Puck off the glass. Right with it, right. Feeds this one into the zone. And a shot dealt with. Blocker saved there by Foy. And now it's Fortin. Fortin into the zone. Fortin staying with it, right. Winning this puck back for the Warriors. And now Gentler with a nice hit there, denying some space to work with. Kiritai to the loose puck in his own zone. Esnev weaving his way through the neutral zone. Has it poked away, but Schaefer with a great job there. Bollinger sends this one onto the boards. Gentler to it. Feeds it down low to Esnev. And that one poked away from Esnev as the Warriors chip this one down ice. Icing going to get called on the Warriors. So we'll get an offensive zone face-off here for the Wranglers in just a second. And again, we talked about Rusega. He's had a couple of opportunities at a shorthanded goal so far this season. And that's a big one to get in a game like this. Boys looking to battle back after going down 4-0. We talk about it, just starts with one at times. It's all it can take. Now Bjors. In a bit of a scrum, Azadi looking to help out. Azadi and Bjors on the wall, freed up. Petrov with it. Petrov weaves his way through. Petrov looking for a shot. Loose puck in the crease. Oh, where is it? Stesky's fallen on it, but we might get a penalty on the Warriors. It's a brawl of fans in OKC. They want to fight. They want a full-blown tilt. Well, we'll have to see if anybody's going to the box for either side. Tyazadi's just being escorted to the bench. Well, doesn't look like anybody's going to be going to the sin bin here. 2:51 in the second. Well, you talk about just how fortunes can change on a whim. We talk about these ebbs and flows earlier in the first. After it was 3-0 for the Oklahoma Warriors. Wranglers putting one in. They need at least 3 as of right now in order to tie this one up. But you need to give yourself some sort of platform to work with. Miller winning this one on the faceoff for Sega. To Kiratai. Great job keeping it in at the blue line and was looking for a feed to Miller as it's cut out. Warriors into the zone, feeding this one around the boards. Miller pokes it back over for Resega. Dolan trying to win this one at the blue line. A bouncing puck. Dolan's with it. Dolan to Miller. Miller into the zone. Miller looking for a shot just a little bit wide. And a great look there. And now puck left behind. It's Miller. Miller. He's met by Sabo, but now Dolan with a great stick in. Resega and Dolan working together. Resega looking for a feed. Resega looks for it and has that one cut out. Now Hedquist looking to get back defensively. Gets a piece of this puck. O'Rourke to the loose puck. 1:50 left in the second period. Fortin calling for it. Gets enough of it. Miller behind net. Tying his man up, wins the puck. Lupo reaching out, keeps this one on his stick. Looks for a shot off the side, netting Lupo. Still with it. Lupo looking for an angle. Puck sent back to Lupo. Fortin battling. Lupo. Ogle calling for it. Shot just a little bit wide. Ogle looking to get the loose puck. Down low. Turns. Scores! Look at this. Look at that. Lupo buries one into the net. And Lupo amped up after that goal there. When we talk about it, you stay positive, you fight back, you claw back, you punch back. Wranglers cutting this one in half. It was initially 4-0. It is now 4-2 here, folks. Mason Lupo with the goal here. Gentler looking to pressure. Bollinger looking to get into the corner. Bollinger cutting this one out. Schaefer thought about going after this one. Deciding to get back defensively. Did not want to give up any room to the Warriors. Gentler pokes this one. And this one deflecting off of Ogle, and Foy just going to come out of his crease and hang on to this one. 48.5 seconds left in the second period here. Face off in the Wranglers zone here now. 48.5 remaining in the second period. And a shot held onto by Foy. Great awareness there from Foy, and a quick shot on net by the Warriors after that rapid fire win on the draw. Bench shouting instructions, telling Mason Lupo to take the draw here inside their own zone. And a great call there from the bench. Puck's going to go up and out of play. But a good tactical call there to tell Lupo to take the draw. The bench saw something, and they wanted to make a quick change on who was going to take that one there. Well, it's usually Larson who's taking the draw, but Lupo yet again here. Warriors feeding this one down low. Smith looking to tie up his man. Loose puck. in the opposite corner. Toss back around, Smith looking to pivot. Wranglers looking to keep their shape defensively. And a shot and gloved by Foy. Oh, Wranglers going to get a change out here onto the ice now. Hayden Hedquist, Tyazati, Tiernan O'Rourke, Aiden Biors, and Igor Petrov out onto the ice with 22.6 seconds left in the second period. Tyazati on the draw for the Wranglers. Petrov to the loose puck. Toss back down low. Petrov's got his man. A little bit of a soft headlock there, but not anything too crazy that would draw a penalty. Warriors looking for a shot and a great block there from Tyazati. 4.5 seconds left. And for the Wranglers, they just want to get into the locker room. They've cut this deficit in half. Wow. And folks, this is why we say never walk away from your TV in a game of hockey. You never know what's going to happen. Started with Resega on the shorthanded goal. And then Mason Lupo, money, putting the second one in for your Wranglers. Miller winning the face-off here. Wranglers just looking to kind of hang on to this puck, and Dolan will do exactly that. So into the intermission we go. Well, folks, you're not going to want to miss the remainder of this one. And apologies, as it's just me who operates the YouTube audio feed scoreboard here, but it is indeed 4-2 after 2. Well, from down 4-0, it's now a 4-2 scoreline. And the boys have battled tenaciously, and everybody's done their part and done exactly what they needed to. And Jack Foy called into net early in the first, has given this team a platform to work with, and the boys have repaid him with 2 goals that period. Still some work to do, but a very good period nevertheless. So we'll be back in 20 minutes for the start of the third period. And welcome on back, folks, as we get ready for the start of the third period here, live from Blazers Ice Center. Well, it is a tale of what will transpire in this third period. This has been quite the game here so far, folks. It was at one point 4-0 for the Oklahoma Warriors. Wranglers just a couple unlucky goals that found their way into the back of their net. But it is always the famous words of head coach Michael Hill. Never give up, never shy away from a battle, never put all your worries into your mind and let that fester over the course of these next two periods after you go down 3-0. Captain Jacob Miller with words for the whole team. He's telling them there is a whole period of hockey left to be played. Deficit cut in half. 2 goals needed to tie it at this current juncture. Well, here we go. Wrangler Nation. This one has the potential to be written into the history books as one of the greatest games in Amarillo Wranglers history. What can the boys do here in this period? Are they going to be able to put an exclamation point on this chapter, or will it fall just short of the finish line? We'll have to see. William Larson, in his first game for the Wranglers, has arrived from Sweden. How sweet would it be for this Wranglers team to come back down from 4-0? Some quick conversations between Fortin, Schaefer, Lupo, and the unit out there. Well, and again, Mason Lupo getting that second goal. And we talk about how important the ebbs and flows are of a game of hockey. Second period, total control and dominance for the Wranglers. It's what they do here now. Here we go. 10 seconds of the clock left to run off before we get back underway here. Larson to center ice. Chance Burleson across from him. Here we go. We are underway for the third period. Luger and the Warriors controlling the puck. The puck caught in the skate of the Warriors. Now the Warriors through. Sending one on to Foy, and Foy keeping this one out. Toss back to the blue line. And sent in for traffic, and Foy with a big save there. Puck behind, not it through! Oh, and they score instantly. Well, the Wranglers, again, man on the back door. Well, that will be number 3, Kyle Sorensen with the goal. Well, there always was going to be work to do. Now there's just a little bit more work that needs to get done here now. .22 seconds into the third period here. Warriors up 5-2. Puck tied up. Miller had it for a second. Warriors tossing this one into the zone. Foy Kiritai to Dolan. Dolan staying with it. Puck turned aside by the Warriors. Dolan winning it back. Rusega sending it into the zone. Dolan has Miller. Dolan behind net. Dolan pivots, looking for some kind of lane to work with. Feeds it along the boards. Kiritai feeds it down low to Rusega. Rusega losing this puck. Warriors looking for a lane to work with. They're going to go on the near side wing. Knutson has it picked away by Igor Petrov. Now it's Rusega with it. Rusega. The Warriors up ice, 3-on-2. Petrov looking to get back defensively. Knutson just has too much on that pass. And now it's the Wranglers with it. Wranglers looking to break out. Schaefer was looking for a pass out of the zone. Excuse me, that's O'Rourke. Hedquist with it. Hedquist caught up in a skate of the official. Now Miller, cross ice pass cut out, was looking for Petrov. Warriors slow it down. And now it's Petrov with it. Petrov weaving his way through. Petrov staying with it. Petrov forced into the corner. Wranglers looking to go for a change, and a nice hit there from Petrov. Loose puck scooped up. Azadi has Schaefer at the blue line. Azadi feeding it down low, well getting taken down. Warriors looking for his zone entry. Warriors into the zone. Schaefer had the puck on his stick, sends it on over to Estenev. Well going down. Estenev with some speed. Estenev into the zone, weaving his way through. Lost the puck, stays with it. Puck behind the net. Warriors looking for a feed. Ogle scooping up the loose puck. Azadi with it. Azadi into the zone. Estenev with it. Estenev looking for some support. The Warriors just kind of bunching up on the zone entries for the Wranglers. And Estenev with a shot blocker save there. A loose puck behind the net. Bjors looking for some support. Taken down. Not enough to draw a penalty. Gloved up and down. Chandler getting a piece of this puck. Warriors into the zone. And offsides they will go in the process. Well, the fans wanted a call, and Lupo barely touches man. So, good job there by the officiating crew not to call anything silly. And they've done an excellent job here tonight, the officiating crew. They've called a very good game here tonight. It's Lupo with it. Lupo pitching this one into the corner. Lupo looking to get his own puck. Lupo to his own puck in the corner. Thornton trying to get a piece of this one. Warriors back with it. 16:35 left in the third period. Wranglers needing to tie it up after giving up their fifth. And puck hanging there. Smith scoops it up. Thornton sending it into the corner. Wranglers getting a line change. Dolan looking to lay a hit. Gentler trying to cut this one out. Warriors looking to make use of their speed now. Into the zone they go. Pitched on back. Looking for a shot. Big save by Foy. And Foy well still recovering. Loose puck. Foy still recovering. And Foy and the Wranglers able to keep this one out of harm's reach for now. Dolan chipping this one into the corner. Gentler to the loose puck. Has Bollinger down low floating. Looking to help out now. Gentler feeding it around the boards. Miller is looking to send it back to Hedquist. That's the Warriors with it. Looking for a pass to right. Right, slowing it down. Looking for a feed. Behind the net of Foy. Warriors looking for a pass. Ogle cutting this one out. Ogle looking for some support. Now the Warriors sending this one on to Foy. Punches this one into the corner. Hedquist feeds it into the opposite corner. Gentler able to buy some time as now Hedquist looking for a feed. This puck's going to go up ice. Luger scooping up the loose puck in the Warriors zone. Warriors just happy to hang on to this one here and burn some clock. They're up 5-2. They're going to find a cross ice feed tossed into the corner. Schaefer to the loose puck. Rusega looking to get this out. Iwinski with it. Iwinski looking for a shot. Good stick in from Schaefer. Schaefer feeding it to Rusega. Rusega gets it going forward. Now Rusega with the puck again. Rusega looking for Bjors. Puck tossed into the Wranglers zone, and icing will get called now on the Warriors. So we'll get an offensive zone draw for the Wranglers here in just a second. 14:34 left in the third period. Wranglers down 5-2. That was just kind of a bit of a deflating moment. 22 seconds into the third period here to give up that fifth goal, but like we talked about, you can't let that play too much of a factor into your mental game. You just gotta keep chipping away at it. Smith running Iwinski out of real estate, and this puck's gonna go up into the mesh netting in the corner, so we'll get a face-off in the Wranglers zone in just a second here. Zadi on the draw. Sobel with it. Looks for a shot. This one set wide. Foy getting a piece of it as well. Petrov allowing some space for the Wranglers to win this puck back, but it's Kiss with it. Now it's Petrov with it. Petrov feeding it up ice into the zone. Bjors in pursuit. Wranglers not wanting to overcommit here. Petrov with it. Petrov to O'Rourke, to Zadi. Zadi battles through. Sends the puck into the zone. Warriors back with it. Cut out by Petrov. Petrov carries the puck in. Petrov slowing it down. Feeds it off to Zadi. Zadi looking for Schaefer. Schaefer looking for Petrov on the wings. Warriors winning this one back. And now Azadi frees it up. Bjors into the zone. Feeds it out over to Schaefer. Schaefer. And a shot blocker save there. Petrov had a good look and a puck behind net. Petrov trying to win this one back. Got a piece of it. Warriors had to force an awkward pass there. And a bouncing puck. Ogle whacking away at it. Ogle setting this one up out of the zone. Dolan pressuring. Dolan pokes this one free. Dolan still with it. Dolan winning this one back. Looks for a shot. And this one dealt with as it was blocked on the way in. Stutsky fought it. Fell on his doorstep and never made his way through. But great shift there from Dolan. And and Rusega barely put his stick near his man, and it looks like maybe just kind of one of those situations where you're always going to try and draw a penalty, and it's one of those 50-50 ones. Looks like the officiating crew is kind of a little bit unsure if they were going to call it at first, but they end up calling the trip there. Well, I might actually be getting him for a hook instead as well. Looks like one of those ones where kind of was a mixed bag of the two. Well, penalty kill now for the Wranglers, and talk about this is just a little bit of a bad string of luck so far this entire game here. It's scoreline not really reflective of how the Wranglers have played so far this game. It's just been a couple untimely things that have not really gone the way for your Wranglers. Well, puck tossed up and out of the zone. Oh, so it is indeed the tripping that they will call. Thornton. And the Wranglers keeping this one out of the zone for now and tossed down ice. Oh, that's one of the key pieces to your penalty kill as well that you got sitting in the box in the form of Daniel Rusega. Had a shorthanded goal earlier as well. But the Wranglers doing a good job on the PK so far. Sobel met by Bollinger, and this one just awkwardly ricocheting off the skate of Miller, and that's what we talked about. Now here's Bollinger with it. Looks for a shot. This one dealt by Warriors and Susky. Keeping that one out for now. Bollinger chipping this one into the corner. Oh, we just talk about it, just awkward bounces of the puck off of guys' skates, off of guys' sticks. That's just one of those games where it's very akin to that game against North Iowa Bulls at the Showcase where just puck luck was not in the way of the Wranglers. Warriors, face-off circle, sending it on back to the point. Warriors looking to reposition. Azadi pressuring on the wings. Kiritai reaching his stick in, and a loose twig for the Warriors. Dolan trying to send this one up out of the zone. Warriors feeding this one back. And a shot in this one sent high and wide. Puck's going to leave the zone. 20 seconds left of a penalty to kill off. And now Azadi getting a piece of this one. At center ice, Azadi with a great job there. This time's going to start to dwindle. 10 seconds until Risega's out of the box. Wranglers looking to get back. Kelly scooping this one up. Kelly in the corner looking for a pass. Couple sticks in. Wranglers turn this one aside. Well, now this is where you need to turn special teams into a little bit of offensive firepower. You need free. And now here's Lupo with it. Lupo dances his way into the zone. Stays with it. Fed on over. Fortin looking for a shot just a little bit wide from Fortin. Schaefer feeding it through traffic. 10:15 left in the third period, and I like exactly what Michael Hill just said to the boys on the bench as well. Plenty of time. There is indeed plenty of time. And a good stick there from Fortin. Fortin to the loose puck. Fortin battling through. Wranglers can't keep this one in the zone. Schaefer looking to reoperate from the neutral zone. Just sending this one high over the net of Susky. And SNF pressuring Luger. Schaefer looking to get back defensively. Good stick in there on right. Looking for a feed, and this one steered aside. Foy lost his paddle. That one was skied into the air. And now Foy with a big save. Does not even have his paddle. And offsides. The bench screeched. They wanted that one called. They're not going to get it called. 9:20 left in the third period. Foy with his paddle back. Sorensen feeding this one into the zone. Hedquist to Azadi. Back to Hedquist. Hedquist with a great feed to Azadi. Azadi in the zone. Azadi forced it in the corner. Looking for a feed. Puck down low. Was looking for Petrov. Can't find that connecting pass. And now Azadi to the loose puck. Azadi rifles this one around the boards. Petrov looking to win this puck back in the corner. Does just that. It finds Azadi. Oh, and kept out. A great look there from Azadi. And here we go. Maybe a fight. A bucket's been ripped off. Petrov has lost his bucket. Oh, the Wranglers are looking to stay disciplined. Well, I'm shocked. It's just Ty Azadi going to the box. They're taking just a Wrangler and a bucket get removed and everything. Usually that results in a 10-minute. Not really sure what's going on here. Wranglers were just the ones that were allowing them to take a couple blows and punches. We had a bucket get removed as well, so. Well, I'm shocked, folks. It's Ty Azadi in the box. The Wranglers were staying disciplined on that entire scrum. And Igor Petrov had his bucket removed. It is the Wranglers who are going to go on the penalty kill. Talk about bad luck yet again. I mean, be intrigued to see what Jacob Miller was told by the officiating crew. just string of bad luck yet again. I mean, yet again, you can't see everything if you're an official. And, you know, we talked about it earlier in the pregame. Sometimes some things you can't always see picture perfect, and you got a bunch of bodies in the way. So maybe it's one of those situations where you just can't really see what's going on when you got a million guys in front of you. Puck down ice. Rusega turning on the afterburner. Susky out of his net. Yeah, but that's just a deflating moment when you're down 3 goals. Burleson fumbling the puck. Keeps it in. Hedquist battling. Wade wrapping it around the boards. Burleson keeping this one in. Top of the faceoff circle. Warriors feeding it down low. Blocked off of the skate. Burleson looking for a shot. Oh, and they score on the tip and redirect. It's 6-2 now for the Warriors, and just one of those games, folks. You just get unlucky time and time again. You had that second goal ricochet off one of your own guys into the back of the net. That third goal, you thought you had that one kept out, and just one of those games where things don't go your way, unfortunately. Seen a lot of pucks just kind of get caught in guys' skates, and oh, those ones happen. Twigs tied up on the faceoff after that goal. Lupo with it. Lupo looking for a feed on over to Thornton. Warriors looking for a shot. Foy keeping this one out. Luger looking for a shot, and this one held onto by Foy. Well, we're gonna let the dust settle there. A little bit of a coming together from both these teams after the whistle had been blown after Jack Foy held on to that one there. Kiritzai with it. Kiritzai to Astanev. Astanev. Puck scooped up by the glove of Gentler. Warriors back with it in their own net. 6:50 left in the third period here. And just again, kind of, like I said earlier, very akin to that North Iowa game. Just getting really unlucky. And Smith with a big hit there. Bench loving that one. Sabola into the zone. Has it poked away. O'Rourke battling through. O'Rourke staying with it. Finding Petrov. Petrov tripped up, and we're going to get a penalty here. Now, looks like a war of words. Jake Bollinger with some words, and looks like even Petrov has some words as well. Well, I'm not sure how much English Petrov knows, but maybe sometimes it's for the best if you don't know any. Maybe you hope that the officiating crew doesn't speak your language. Hearing some chirps from the Wranglers bench saying, "Fight me." Oh, we've come pretty darn close to a few fights here, I'd say. I mean, we had one a little bit ago. Well, not a full-blown fight, I should say. So, power play for your Wranglers. Schaefer with it, Schaefer. Rusega looking for a feed and cut out by the Warriors and tossed down ice. Schaefer behind his own net. Leaves it off. It's Rusega. Rusega weaves his way in, and they're going to call the Wranglers offsides. And we'll see a new unit out onto the ice for the power play after that offsides there. We'll get the neutral zone face-off here now. The Warriors rip this one into the Wranglers' corner of their own zone. Kiritai with it. Kiritai feeds it on. Bjors sends it back to Estenev. The Warriors back with this puck. Puck falling kindly. Bollinger repositions, looks for a feed down low. Bjors was down low. Looks like might have a, nope. Well, we're going to maybe get a second penalty here, but it's Gentler if it looks for a shot. This one just a little bit high. Bollinger feeds it on over top of the face-off circle. Bjors looking for a shot. This one blocked and cut out by the Warriors and rifled back down in the Wranglers zone. 43 seconds left of a power play for the Wranglers. Kiritai behind net waiting. Scooped up by Rusega. Fed on over. Petrov. Petrov into the zone. Looking for a shot, running out of real estate. Wranglers trying to keep this one in. Schaefer pivots, feeds it onto the boards. Rusega looks for a shot just a little bit wide from Rusega. 18 seconds left of a power play. Dillon with it. Dillon feeds it down low to Miller. Miller battling for this one. And tossed around the boards, and this one's going to go all the way back into the Wranglers zone now. With just 2 seconds left of a power play. Wranglers unable to find anything on the power play. Petrov battling for this puck in the corner. Miller to the loose puck. Miller as it pokes away. Rusega trying to find it. As this one's going to go all the way down ice. And looks like we're going to get a penalty here. And here we go! A fight in the corner. Yeah, we heard someone on the bench earlier saying, "Fight me." Well, we'll see who's going, if anybody. Looks like it might be Schaefer going. Well, it's another situation where it's just one Wrangler in the box. So it's going to be another penalty kill. Well, those ones just kind of sting, folks, where you got kind of one of those big scrums, those big brawls in the corner where it's kind of a clash between both teams, and you guys, the one in the box, that kind of just stings. And 4 minutes left in the third period. Should the Wranglers kill this one off, there'll be just 2 minutes left in this third. Well, head coach Michael Hill wanting an explanation from the officiating crew here. Well, not too much of a protest from the bench either, nor from head coach Michael Hill. Yeah, but like we said, that kind of stings. That's second time tonight Wranglers have been the only one in the box after kind of one of those clashes where both teams are coming together, and kind of saps the energy out of you over the course of a game. Oh, roughing the call there. And this one gloved up and poked, but kept in the zone. Warriors behind the net looking for a feed. Shot, this one sent high. Smith with it. Subble keeping this one in at the blue line. Subble looking for a shot, blocked. Steered aside into the corner on the pads of Foy. Kept in at the blue line. Fed on over, top of the faceoff circle. Warriors looking for a pass in the faceoff circle. They had a man back door, but that pass unable to connect for them. Lupo sending this one out of the zone. Sabel banks this one onto the boards. Warriors waiting for reinforcements. They got two joining them out there now. Ogle getting a piece of this one. Sent to round the boards as the Warriors just kind of walking a burn time more than anything here. Bollinger with it. Bollinger ripping this one on. Was looking for Petrov. Fell just right behind Petrov on the wings there. 2:40 left in the third period. 38 seconds left of a penalty to kill off. Benderek into the zone. Benderek looking for a pass on over into the face-off circle. Warriors looking to reset. Wade looking for a pass, and it will be tapped in by Benderek. (7-2). Benderek getting the power play goal there. Luger looking for a feed into the zone. Kuritzak cutting it out, and offside's called on the Warriors now. Kuritzak with it. Kuritzak to Fortin. Fortin. And this one ricocheting off. And now tossed back up ice. Kelly with it. Gentler in pursuit. 2 minutes left in the third period. Kelly from his own zone. Warriors sending this one up out of their own zone. Looking for his own entry. DeRosa running out of real estate. Esadev looking to chip it up. And had a preemptively ducked there. Wasn't sure if that one was in. The Raptors are coming up to the broadcast booth here. You never know. You never want to take that chance either. Well, the Wranglers fans, the good thing is tomorrow's a new day. So this is the first time these two teams have played against each other. So you had an opportunity to kind of look at this game and kind of see what you need to change going into tomorrow and try and look for a series split. Definitely some positives you can take away from this one as well. Miller looking for feed on over to Dolan, cut out Warriors the other way. Burleson is looking for a pass in Foy, tossing this one into the corner. Now it's Dolan with it. Dolan up ice. Dolan looking for a pass. Cut out, and offsides go the Wranglers. Well, those zone entries have kind of been what's really been difficult for the Wranglers when they've carried the puck up through the neutral zone, kind of down that dead center. The wings have been the best friend of the Wranglers here tonight so far when it's been five-a-side hockey. So one of those things to look at on film tonight and kind of talk to the guys tomorrow about. And this is kind of also one of those things that stings about having a week off the week before. Warriors were on the receiving end of something similar the week prior. And Larson looking for a shot, kept out. And now feed on over, looking for a shot, and kept out by Susky. 50 seconds left in the third period. Warriors looking for a feed out of their own zone. They're going to just chip this one back in their own zone and burn clock. As I was saying, Warriors were on the receiving end of a scoreline like this twice last week against the Brahmas, so maybe a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Now it's Estenev with it. Estenev looking for a shot, kept out by Susky. Estenev to the loose puck. Fires this one through into the corner. Warriors out of their own zone with 12 seconds left in the third. Warriors into the zone looking for a shot, steered aside. Now fed up, Petrov looking for a shot, just running out of real estate. Petrov looking for anything, nothing there, and time's gonna expire. And here we go. I mean, I'm not shocked we're getting a fight in the corner at all. Well, the officiating crew quick to dispel this one and telling everyone to just get out of here. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight, folks. Tough road loss for the boys tonight, but as we always say, tomorrow is a new night. So we will see you tomorrow night, Wranglers Nation.